Hello, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Happy Tuesday. Another early one today, but the thing is, it's winter. Well, not officially winter, but, you know, I'm losing daylight out here. It's cold enough, and I'm losing daylight. The sun rises at 7, sun sets at 4:30. I still want to make the most of my day. Anyway, I decided last night I want to draw holiday characters from Arknights, since there are skins like that. And the first one that came to mind was Goldenglow. He's very cute. And I want to do this today, tomorrow, Thursday, but I don't know who I want to draw on Friday, because Friday would be my last day. Also, I don't know what I want to do on Friday, since that would be my last stream of the year. It's a winterful life. It's winterful. Yeah, true. So yeah, I don't know what I want to do on Friday yet. Thankfully, I have time to think about that. Because starting next year, Friday will be the study days. Because I haven't been able to do it consistently this year. So, considering it'll be my last live stream, I want to make Friday a little bit special, so it won't exactly be a study day, but it'll be fine. I'll think of something. Hello everybody in the chat, welcome to the stream, Edgecat, the Backrooms Level, and Luca Draws. Okay, that being said, let's start before OBS kicks me off. OBS also, this is your OBS report. It also crashed when I booted up the first time. It seems like the first time is like just the last time. It always crashes at least once before I actually officially start it, which is good pattern behavior, now I'm aware. You're modding one stream and watching this one as well. Let's see. I really like the way the nymph sketch turned out, so I'm gonna draw in that sense of scale. So I think my portraits would be better if I drew them a bit smaller. I want to state that I don't think I got an adequate enough sleep. So if I'm slurring my speech a bit, that's why. Also, if I'm lagging a bit, that's also why. Artist that's okay. I can make it. Yes. Oh. Yeah, I'm early again. Think about winter. You don't want to lose any daylight while you have it. No, you complain about me being early, and yet you're able to stick around the longest when I am early, so is this really the worst time for me to stream, Elenov? I kind of wonder. You would well, you're a honey bum. I didn't complain today. Mostly because it's night. Yeah, like I said, debating on whether or not I should change my streaming time to a later. Well, I do want to stream at night because it's the most convenient for me. Starting next year. Not sure how you guys feel about that. You're the new master of procrastination. Take my title, procrastination. It says you mean you generally up until at least this hour anyway, but you don't know how everyone else. Yeah, I don't know how everyone else is either. Wonder if I think because my evening will become their morning, I believe it will be the same for you. So I either lose my current audience or gain another one. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I can't get rid of you. Your evening is when you're awake. Yeah, I know, but I have people who go to sleep around this time, people who take off around this time, so I'm just like, not sure what's best for me yet. We'll see in the next year how this goes. I'm doing actually. Always be here to haunt the stream, no matter what time. That would be interesting. I don't remember if she had straight. Oh yeah, she does. Just a little bit curled. Queen of static. What holds you to that? Yeah, just drawn some nice hands. Keep eating them up. I don't know what that means, but it makes me sound less of a boomer. Well, I will keep using it. Oh, so essentially you ate? Is that what that is? I saw that a lot on my first shorts. Someone would comment, I believe it was Chicken Lover, always says, "Oh, look, you ate." I'm out of the loop. Maybe I also have the boomer brain. Because I know, like, for a time, I think they still use it, like, let them cook. Oh, they cooking. It means it's cute and adorable and you can eat it up. It's cute and adorable enough to eat it up. Okay, so it's based off an old existing term. Okay. Okay, and now I get it. Yeah, it's... I heard it first on TikTok. So there's this phrase says, like, something is so cute or adorable that you can just eat it up. So the nomenclature is just shrink that down to this, oh, you ate it. Bro, you ate. And then there's the whole cooking thing. Like, let them cook. Oh, you thought you cooked. Welcome to the stream. And I made it official universe. Jerks be saying that. Only keep up so long. But I'm not on the internet. I'm not chronically online. I have things to do. I can't learn all these things that these people are saying. Jesse, let me cook. Sharks always say that they can eat you. Is that where they came from? Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad's been out of syndication. I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't think it's that. Sarah thought she ate. She thought he ate and left no crumbs. Can you draw something beastly someday? Let that inner beast out. Something beastly. Should explore more things like that. Because when I think Beastly, I think monsters. And for a bit, I did draw Pokemon. Uh, Maybe I should draw something a bit more ferocious. Just finished season 1. Oh, sorry. The name of this character is called Goldenglow. Goldenglow is a, what was it? Mech Accord caster, which means not only does she attack, her device also attacks. I can show you what it is. Yeah, this device also attacks. This thing that's pretending to be a Christmas tree topper. So she essentially is attacking. It's like, think of it as she's attacking and a very small summon is attacking, but the summon doesn't take up a place on the map, and it always chases the enemy. It chases the enemy until the enemy dies or the thing explodes and deals a lot of damage. Yes, and she's also a cat girl. I believe she's what was it? A Scottish cat? Scottish Fold, that's what it's called. Scottish Fold cat. Yeah, when she was first revealed as an upcoming character, people thought she was a dog because they didn't see her tail, they only saw her ears. So they thought that she was a dog for a while. So her nickname for a long time was Pink Corone. And then the artist came out and shamed everyone's like, no, she's a Scottish Fold, she's a cat. And I'm like, we didn't know she was a cat. Because it's not often that we get exposed to that breed of cat. One of your older nephews asked where one of the little ones, a younger nephew, was. His older brother, my other older cousin, other older cousin said that he ate the younger nephew. What? What in the world? Anyway, where was I? So she is a Mecha Core caster. Attacks with a unit, but also I'm drawing her holiday costume because I believe the lore is that her mother gave her these clothes. Because it's just cute. It's cute that her mother would give her these clothes and she would wear them for the holidays. Another thing about Goldenglow is that her lore is that she can't control her powers very well, so she tends to accidentally shock people or short-circuit electronics in her vicinity. It's based on her emotions, so that's why she's always a bit finicky and a bit worried about being around people because she's afraid she'll shock them. So, another thing about Goldenglow is that since her release, she's become one of the most popular caster in the game, because she's so powerful and because she has her skill 3 allows her to do global attack, where she could attack the furthest enemy on the map, but also she's also cute and popular that she is going to get a third skin. So her first skin was this one, and then she got a summer skin, and now she's getting the Sanrio skin. And so it's her. She looks really, really like a magical girl. It's her with Hello Kitty herself. And that's the one I really want to get. But that doesn't release until Friday. So when that happens, I'm hoping I can show you her costume when I get it. That headband. I also forgot to say that she is a cosmetologist, or maybe she was, and now she works at a lamp store. Because people aren't very nice to her in the Arknights world because she's sadly enough. So she works at a lamp store for somebody else. These ears on. Try to pronounce it. Is it pronounced Bazha? Let's stop right there. Now I have to color code everything. It's gonna get lost in this. And one more aspect. I think this right there. Okay. This might sound stupid, but how do you make a gradient? Well, if you don't want to use the gradient tool, blending of the colors you want to do. You have to work slowly when it comes to gradient. Up. You're slowly adding in color on top of the last one you made. I have to blend it so you can see. There's your gradient. So with gradients, you have to essentially add a little bit at a time. Yeah, I went from lightest to darkest. I can even do it in reverse. No, you choose it. I'm gonna go laterally. This is also about control. So how much pressure you put on the canvas or your page also works. Yeah, I can even do it with one color. Here, I'll show you with one color. That's a bright color. I'm gonna go start light. Well, I apply a little bit of pressure, even more pressure, even more pressure. Now look, I made a gradient. 2 colors on the 2 sides. Yeah, then mixing. Well, you're not really mixing them together per se. If you were to do this on traditional media, you'd have to like do it based off of the amount of pressure you put on the page. That's why I started out lightly. Go lightly first. Lightly first. Then you go back over it. Then you go back over it again. You go back over it again. You're essentially building the color, and that's how you create a gradient. But it's all about how much pressure you're putting on your tool. You can do this with different colors digitally, or you can do this with one color. If you're using a pencil, a color pencil, paint. Actually, with paint, you may have to mix. But that's essentially the idea. You're building the color based off of pressure. Hope that was helpful. I want to zoom in on Gigi here. Oh yeah, that's her nickname. Goldenglow's nickname is Gigi. She's known as Gigi-chan. We hope you can replicate this in MS Paint. Thank you, Secretary. Thanks, Bunny Lady. You're welcome. You know, I'm so tired. I'm just throwing this thing. Actually, this be closer here. Art isn't just about shape, it's also about direction. Also, I don't know if this is true, but I'm taking this with a grain of salt. But studies have shown that people who doodle in a meeting are able to retain more information than people who actively listen. And also, people who talk to themselves while they're working are thought to be intelligent people. More intelligent than their peers. And again, not sure about that. Because the thing is, I do those things, but I don't always view myself as an intelligent person. I think I'm intelligent enough, but I don't know what's the threshold there. And then I learned a while ago that intelligent people, actual intelligent people, don't view themselves as intelligent. And now I'm just like full of doubt here. So you're intelligent for the first time in your entire life. You always talk to yourself. Yeah, the thing is, the idea is that you're talking to yourself because you're trying to solve whatever problem you're working on. And that's why you talk to yourself. You're essentially planning your idea out loud to yourself and explaining it in the most simplest terms. And that's, in a degree, a sign of intelligence. The thing is, I don't quite know, because that's just mundane behavior to me and to many other people. Yeah, you don't know, some scientific studies told talking to yourself is good. Yeah. They say that talking to yourself is good, doodling is good, because it... What was it? Because you're doing a task as you're listening, you're challenging your brain to remember what you're hearing. That is, if you're not completely tuning out everything. A lot of your classmates think you're kind of dumb. I think your classmates are just putting you down. There are also people who are like that. If they see someone who's smarter than them, they tear away at their ego, bring them down to their level, and they make you as insecure as they are. But if you're smart enough to recognize that, you won't fall for it. Crab bucket mentality, yes. Crab bucket mentality? I kind of wonder if that's the right way of describing it. Because, yeah, well, no, I don't think that's the right way of describing it. Just crabs in a bucket mentality is essentially if you try to better yourself and get out of your situation, there will always be people who will look down upon that and bring you back to their level. But I don't know if that works in the scenario I'm describing. The reason you don't need a lid on the bucket of crabs is because any crabs that try to escape the bucket will be dragged back down by the other crabs. Yeah. But the crabs that try to escape know that they are at the top, so they have the most opportunity. So it's essentially those who have the best opportunity to do something are brought down by their peers because their peers are not at that level. So I guess in a way it is crabs in a bucket mentality. But I just think it's just plain jealousy. And insecurity. It reminds me of this old song I heard a while ago. I think it was on the radio. This was years ago. The song is essentially called "We Hate It When Our Friends Become Successful." And I'm just like, this is a little bit too on the nose. Geniuses are often misunderstood by others. That's true, because they don't understand what you're going through. And geniuses are also socially inept, unfortunately, because they pontificate too much and they overthink things too much to the point where they don't really socialize. It's like, I guess it's like D&D in a way, where your stats are kind of screwed. Like, you have high ints, but your charisma is 0. Or your social interaction is 0. It's kind of like that aspect, I believe. Like, your D&D stats on your initial roll was really bad if you're a genius, or if you're genetically inclined to build muscle, stuff like that. Like in studies, they are like, you should know everything, otherwise they are like, you're that. Oh, yeah. They think that you're dumb because you don't understand anything in school or don't try your best as much as that, but you have other important things you really want to put your focus on. Don't try as best as that you don't understand. The thing is, oh gosh, what's his name? Michael. He's on the Grassman podcast on YouTube. He noticed he used to teach classes. He still teaches classes, but he teaches online. But I'm talking about in a classroom setting. He would notice that the students who were the slowest learners became exponentially faster along the pathway. So even if you don't understand anything at first, you'll slowly learn how it works, and then you eventually catch up with your peers to a point where you often surpass them. Because let's face it, people who are at a certain level, they get kind of lazy about it, and they don't try as much. So they tend to slack off to a point where other people can easily surpass them. And that's where the idea of a lazy genius comes from. Like, yeah, you can solve this problem, but you don't put much effort into it, which means any other person can surpass you and take your spot. And I know I'm speaking anecdotally, but I do know someone who is a lazy genius. And it is rather frustrating because since they're like that, they're kind of inept in other places. Like, this person knows that they're intelligent, and I know that they're intelligent, but in different aspects around their mannerisms, they appear to be stupid. That's because that quote-unquote stupidness comes from a place of unself-awareness. And because they often shortcut their problem solving, the moment that they can't, it becomes, I've hit a wall at that point. It's been a very TED Talky podcast, but I don't mind that. Because I have something to talk about. Because yesterday I didn't have much to talk about. That reminds you, everyone in your class passed their schools on a higher education than you did, but they also struggling like you. Yeah, like sometimes it's the for those type of learners, the ones I described, they're essentially the tortoise and the hare story. Yeah, they're slow at it, but eventually they'll catch up and surpass the hare. One of your classmates said that explains everything when she heard that I passed on a lower education than her, but she's struggling way more than you. There's also another thing. Wait, did I mention it? Lazy geniuses don't try as hard, but then there are geniuses, or I should just not say genius, because that's more of a innate thing. People who work diligently, they sometimes struggle to be consistent. And sometimes they struggle to understand what they're understanding, like your classmate, for instance. She's struggling to understand what she's trying to learn. Because the material isn't always clear. But eventually she works it out. Your ears are burning? Oh. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but the term "your ears are burning" means that someone is talking about you. You can sense it. Oh, and that's another thing. I'm reading this, you're saying they call you stupid or dumb, and all of them are like struggling. It's because they're projecting, okay? They don't want to be at your level, so they project their nonsense onto you and make you feel bad, but let's face it, you're all in the same boat. All I know is she's a huge Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande fan and spends her money on merch. I think that's any indication of how much she struggles in her work. You know, you don't take them seriously like how they don't take you seriously. Okay. It's hard to talk worse about me than you do about yourself. Aw. We are often our own worst enemy, and that includes me. I often myself. I shouldn't. You gotta give yourself some grace. Just a little bit, though. Can't be too soft on yourself. Oh, music. We're going off. Also, you think you did squats badly earlier, and now your thighs don't want you to get out of the chair. Hot water might help. You need ice. What would help in that situation? I don't think ice is a good idea. I think hot water would help. Because what you're going through is inflammation, but it's the good type that helps your muscles grow. And if you shock it with ice, you're essentially stunting the growth of your muscle. So you should take like a hot compress. Yeah, hot water bottle compress or a hot bath. Don't take cold baths after working out. It's bad for your growth. Nah, you're all wrong. The nurses always put a bandage on it and give you some eyes. Eyes? They look at you? They side-eyeing you? People, they say that cold showers and baths are good. Explain. It's because when your muscles are sore, your body is essentially hot. And that's why a cold shower and bath feels good. Because your body is slowly cooling down with the ice. But it's not good for your muscles. It's not good for your muscles because your muscles being shocked into a smaller state. They're being constricted by the ice. So you actually want to take a hot bath after a workout so that your muscles sort of stay inflamed, but they're not in pain. You want to relieve the soreness, not the tearing of the muscles for the growth. And I know that sounds bad, like to have your muscles tear, but that's how bodybuilding works. Your muscles need to tear in order to become bigger. And then they can stay at that state after they've healed. Hot water helps with blood circulation. Ice does the same. Ice does not help with blood circulation, it just helps with the inflammation. It just helps cools your body down from inflammation, and inflammation is just heat. You need to carry your new couches. Did you miss something? We're talking about muscle soreness and how to take care of it. Hot water versus ice. I'm gonna go with hot. Hot compress. Because I often see athletes, at least here in America, they take those high-tech ice baths, but their muscles never get much bigger than they already are. Meanwhile, I see bodybuilders, they just take rests and hot water bottles, maybe even hot baths, and their muscles get bigger. That reminds you of when you were a young lad and didn't understand how much how to train for muscle. So by accident, you was training for strength. Well, powerlifting and bodybuilding are two different things. Even though people think that they're powerlifting is for strength and bodybuilding is mostly for aesthetic. But bodybuilding can be for strength as well if you do it correctly. Because you do eventually get strength with all that training. Hmm. Speaking of bodybuilding, I did train yesterday. I felt like I'm getting a bit stronger, but not as strong as I used to be. I used to lift really heavy back in the day, but I was also really fat. So in a sense, I was training like a power lifter, but I didn't feel comfortable in my skin back then. I didn't like being overweight. So I put a stop to that, and now I train mostly because I want to be fast. I enjoy cardio more than bodybuilding. Lifting weights is still important, so I'm not going to shirk that. Yeah, so I do 2 full body exercises a week, and then the rest is just cardio, which is mostly just being on my bike. Spanish notebook trivia with Sarah. I don't know. I'm not ashamed of my notebook. It's just. How do I describe my notebook? It has some conjugation in it. It has new words that I've learned. It has sentences that I've learned. Um, and that's essentially it. I'm just writing down things I'm learning. I'm going back to read them. And it's sort of a stream of consciousness thing. As if my notebook isn't the same. I'm not ashamed of my notebook. It's just I feel it feels disorganized to me, okay? there's not well, there's some structure to it, but there's no real true rigid structure to it. It's just this is a new phrase, this is a new word, and I read it. And the reason why I do that is because my spelling sucks in Spanish. Your notebook is literally the same. Yes, but okay, fine. But the thing is, I can't understand yours because I don't know how to read Arabic. So I don't have much understanding of what's going on. One second. Hold on. There we go. There's no point in showing off her Spanish notebook if it doesn't feel with cute drawings. Maybe I should add cute drawings to it. As if you can read yours. Oh, you can't read this. Oh, right, you can't read the Spanish because you don't understand how the vowels work. Yeah, and the accents are also a bit to understand as well. Like the accents is essentially you're just stressing out the vowel. So o becomes o, a becomes a, e becomes e. That's what it is. That's what those means. But when you're speaking quickly, you can't really hear the accent. You can hear it very briefly when someone speaks it. Plus how much did I write in this? Yeah, I've written several pages of it. I may have to make my own thread just for my Spanish notebook, because there's a lot that I've written down. I even written in the margins for some reason. I don't remember why I did it like that. It's okay, accents aren't real. Your notebook has some random doodles, yeah. Accents aren't real. Yeah, town. But it's all about like the pronunciation of those vowels, which I still struggle with a little bit. And as long as I still struggle with talking, I'm gonna struggle with the Spanish. Although I realize what was my problem with Spanish is that I get self-conscious about it. So I tend to mumble into Duolingo, which I shouldn't do. So I gotta like pronounce every syllable properly that makes sense to me.
The nature here is vile and base. I would see asphyxiation and choking and fighting for survival and just rotting away.
There's a shame for Spanish confirmed by me. It's just, it's not exactly a diary, but I treat it like such. I'm not holding secrets in it, but it's very personal to me. I think you understand. Although, while I don't have cute drawings in it, the covers are covered in stickers that I printed for myself. And they are quite cute. So I don't know if I want to show that. Because the stickers are from other artists. I repurposed their pictures as stickers that are not sold. They are not sold by me, they're just used for me personally. I want to keep that straight, in case people want to get any funny ideas about it. Of course you do. If you don't start learning Japanese via Duolingo come January, I want my butt kicked. The thing about that Hashcat is that you're friends with me on Duolingo, and yet Duolingo's like, hey, do you want to message your friend here? Because they haven't been around in a bit. Like, uh-oh. Should I bug him or not? I don't know if I should do that. But, Hedgecat, I would also recommend you keep a notebook, because writing Japanese is just as important as speaking it and reading it. And, of course, writing anything down will help you remember it. I guess I'll have to make a thread in the Discord. You wanna see? Oh, see your handwriting? I've seen your handwriting. Unless you're talking to Hedgecat. Hedgecat is part of the Discord, so you can peek in there whenever he wants. Or if he remembers to do that. Writing is in your handwriting? Writing a book? What? As in your handwriting. Elena's handwriting. So in the Discord, there's a channel called Learning a New Skill, and there's a thread called Languages. And I specifically call that channel Learning a New Skill because I eventually want to make my own stickers, so I want to write about that in there. I also plan on learning how to 3D print. That's why that channel is called Learning a New Skill. Hey, lovely Obito! Welcome to the stream! Oh my gosh, you're on YouTube. Your avatar looks funny. How am I doing? I'm doing well, actually. You honestly don't remember how you got this profile picture. Okay. I'm doing a lot better now. Although I did wake up with a stuffy nose, but I think that's just that allergy. Yeah, I love it too in a way. It's funny. We've been talking about, what was it, how to spot an intellectual, the social condition of bringing people down. What else have we been talking about? Bodybuilding, inflammation, and now we're talking about language. You're about to head out to pick up your friend? Okay. I'll catch you later. Wait. You stream tomorrow, I think. Yeah, you stream tomorrow. I hope. Hope I'll be able to catch it. I'm gonna be busy all week. Again. He's about to move away in a different state, so we're gonna make this the last time we hang out in person. Aw, I see. Just still stay in touch with your friend. You didn't stream last week. Yeah, I didn't see any notifications from you. And that's understandable. I'm assuming you're skipping Christmas week, if anything, right? Yeah, fucking pecs hurt. Ouch. I wrecked something yesterday. I think it's on my left arm. We try to get something this week, streaming wise. Okay, cool. By the way, Sarah, are we all going to forget that you assumed that you was playing at the start of the stream? No. I mean, you came in here saying no. What was I supposed to ascertain from that, huh? Huh, sir? Anyway, dear, I'm gonna get going, but you wanted to quickly join and yeah, see if you could. And if you're lucky, you'll try and join back before your stream ends. Well, my stream usually ends when the sketch is finished, so I'll see you when I see you. Take care, okay? Drive safely. Thanks. You take it easy as well. Especially since I kind of ruined my left arm. Not my left arm, it's more like the... What is this supposed to look like? Pearl Miner? That's what it's called. But people are gonna ask me, what's a pectoral minor? It's that muscle that's right under your collarbone, between your shoulder and on your pec. It's very small and very thin, but if you were to injure it, it feels bad. Sarah, I'm not inviting you to my tea party anymore. No more sweet space for me for you. Hey, I want some tea. This tea party ban is unacceptable. You are late to the stream. Started really early too. Anyway, welcome, Vibing Mike. Got hyped. This song goes hard. This is a shopkeeper song. Please forgive me. I'll come back to the tea parties that don't exist. Also, I'm gonna be, if you really want to see my Spanish notebook, it's gonna be a lot of photos. It's well over 30 pages here. It has to be over 50 at this point. Then there's the Pictionary stuff. I don't know which version of Pictionary, because I don't think I've heard the Pictionary song actually. If you make a notebook, you're just gonna make a big sci file. Okay. And I come to your tea party. If it's actually too personal or if you don't want it, then don't. We won't force you to language anyway. No, I'm just going anyway. So a sci file is essentially paint tool sci. So that's what he means. He uses paint tool sci for basically everything. Which is actually a good idea. Because, you know, sometimes keeping a paper notebook could get lost around your home. management notebook isn't that personal. Like I said, it's not a diary. It doesn't have my thoughts in it. It's just I tend to write small, so I'm not even sure if you'll be able to read everything. Even if you did, you wouldn't know how it's pronounced. You don't understand all the English text, but not the Spanish. If Hedge uses a sci file, can he store his notebook somewhere, like a USB or hard drive? Like, yeah, of course. Depends on the preference after all. One's like paper, such as Sarah and I, and the others are like digital, such as... What's that zoom function for? Zoom function? Oh, I'm sorry, that's what the zoom function is for. Oh, sorry. Why did I read that weird? I mean, yeah, the zoom function on a camera is for that, but if your text being too small. Yeah, but the thing is, the more you zoom in with a camera, the more distorted the image becomes. So you have to be very careful when you're doing that. This is why with digital cameras, I don't mean a phone camera, I mean an actual DSL camera. The zoom lens is often expensive because it has to compensate for that type of distortion when it comes to zooming in on things. It has to keep everything as high res as possible. I think that's how it works. I hope to use a zoom lens in the future, but zoom lenses are big and they look heavy, and I don't know how I feel about carrying that around. Feel evil today. College. You don't even know how it's pronounced. You like your brain and notebook. No, that's not how it's. He's like close. Let me see if I can write it. Hopefully OBS won't cry about it. Maybe my spelling's bad too, but I think that's what you mean. Why does Duolingo think that I care if you fell into the demotion zone? So the whole ranking system is supposed to encourage you to compete with other people. So you can get on their level, essentially. So this is the thing about what I was talking about. Duolingo is the opposite. Duolingo wants you to become better, so they want That's why they have a ranking system. They want you to raise your ranking system so you can be amongst the better peers, I suppose. You would be the superior crab in a sense. Personally speaking, I don't care. You're only motivated by the streak. Okay, that I'm motivated by that too. Which is why I often spend my gems on the streak freeze function. That's my motivation. I like using that because I didn't get around to doing it yesterday. I forgot to do my duel yesterday. Which is okay. I can just do it again today. I'll do it after I come back from getting groceries. But anyway, the streak is my only motivation. I often ignore the ranking system because you are competing with people who actually pay for Duolingo too. And I've seen EXP scores up into the 10,000s. So I'm like, yeah, I don't care about the ranking system if that's going to be the case. There are people who will just spend all day on Duolingo just to get that rank up and stay in the number 1 rank. And I think that's a little more than ridiculous. Like, it's not that serious, bro. So I'm not gonna even bother. Need some more water. Water. You don't have to pay if you don't make mistakes. True. However, I think they changed this function. I don't know if they bring it back. If you practice for hearts, you can just practice for hearts, gain your hearts back, keep going again. If you lose hearts again, practice again. It's that type of thing. So paid or not, if you cheat in any way, you can keep your score up. That includes like using I don't know, Google Translator or DeepL or something to help you stay on top. If the ranking system really matters to you that much, which it doesn't to me. Incentivize doing lessons you already know by heart over and over and now learning anything. Yeah, not really learning. Actually, you're right. I think that's what people do. They go back to previous lessons once they've already done, and they just do that over and over again. Because Duolingo thinks you're reviewing those lessons, and that's how you can get your score up. But if you're taking it seriously and doing the review part, that would be a great way for learning. However, Duolingo always has at least 2 lessons in which it helps you review your weaknesses and things you've learned before. Goodness knows that's what you was doing when you were only using Duolingo to do dailies. That was kind of pointless. You shouldn't do that to do dailies, especially since the daily challenges. One thing, like, I don't like the ones that require you to be perfect because no, but also they recently increased the points to get the monthly badge from 30 to then 45 into 50. Like, bro. I understand that people can finish it sooner than the rest, but don't put that type of pressure on other people. There were a few months where I couldn't get the monthly badge because um, I had to take care of another person, so I had no time to do all my dailies. So essentially, doing it every day is well, it's one of my I really just I don't want to say I'm desperate to learn Spanish, but I really, really want to learn it. Desperation isn't the right word. It's just that I hate that feeling of missing out on something I should have learned a while ago. And that, my friends, is why I don't use Duolingo for languages. Oh wow, you discovered a problem, you wrote this one word, you wrote it wrong and it was a grammatical rule, but it's a new word, but you can't highlight the word multiple times with the other colors. Never mind the problem is solved, just highlight it with a completely different color. What? Wow, that got resolved really quickly. Man, I love when languages have contextual words. Yeah, also Duolingo is teaching you through contextual learning new words through context of the phrase or the statement that's going on is what's my level at right now. Because I learned recently the Spanish word for full, as in have a glass full or be full of food. And they showed me the word, but I couldn't highlight it. I couldn't click it. But I read the context. I'm like, oh yeah, I understand what this word means. You know what? I wish I could move my player up. There you go. There we go. As in, what? Oh, new conventional. As in, okay, so let's say I was learning the word, like I said, learning the word full. This person said I couldn't eat anymore because, wait, I didn't want any more food because I was full. No, sorry, that didn't make sense. I am already full. I could not eat any more food. So the question is, which of these words is this new word mean? But I don't know how it is wrong in Duolingo. Arabs discourage someone from learning Arabic. Why? Because it's way too hard. Funny hula. Excuse me? Arabs discourage someone from learning Arabic because it's way too hard? Ooh. It's not even the hardest language to learn. The hardest language to learn in the world is Icelandic. That's the hardest language to learn. See, I can, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's looking kind of rough. Ooh. You know what? I need my tool. Oh boy. Your error figure is like just because the grammatical rules and it's too much. If they say that about other things, just wonder how they survive in the real world. Like a job is really not itself. Yeah, at the very least you should study Arabic if you live in an Arabic country. Everything is a challenge, exactly. Even learning. Why quit learning if the fun bit is going through the challenge? I don't know. People are just. It's just modern thinking, I think. People are so addicted to instant gratification, they forget that the gratification from hard work. Also, people don't like being challenged, which is sad, unfortunately. Tripping up real bad. And then he called me soft. No. And also another thing people don't want to think about stuff. I'm messing this up. Maybe this rule is not working out for me. a lot better. It's a lot closer to what I'm trying to emulate here. But I need to invert the pedal. That's the long part. Not close enough. Ah.
Moving shadow, graceful power made by design. Oh, can you sense it? Your story running out of time. Oh, hit like thunder from the darkness, I'll remain unseen and take you down without a trace. Back into the night, I'll slip
That's as
away.
close as I'm gonna get.
Your will is mine now. Silent footfall, barely witnessed without a trace. Oh, can you feel it? Your wicked charm will be erased. Oh, wearing evening, wrapped in twilight, seen by so few. Closing in slowly, calculated. I've come for you. Oh, hit like thunder from the darkness, I'll remain unseen.
What is this peak music? This is Unseen from the video game River City Girls. It's the OST. You can buy the OST on Steam, I believe. I hope it's still there. I actually don't know.
Moving shadow, graceful power made by design.
To be honest, if I had to be honest, this might be a hot take, but the first game's OST is far superior than the second game's. Yeah. Hot take. Maybe it's a cold take. I don't know. People had some negative reception.
Silent footfall, barely witnessed without a trace. Oh, can you feel it? Your wicked charm will be erased.
You want to crochet a handkerchief and put it in someone's bag. Hopefully it'll brighten their day. But the thing is, you don't know crochet. You know hand crochet, but you don't know how to make a cloth out of it. Thinking about a loom. make a cloth out of it? Because you there's a yarn version, excuse me. And then there's oh, you know what? I actually don't know how to do that. Once upon a time, I would have wanted to do that, but I'm not so sure. How do you then make a hand? That sounds complicated. Also sounds like it'll take long. Just me thinking about it. What would I do? I don't know. I'm gonna keep the same expression. Uh, hmm. I'm nearly done, folks. getting a bit more tired, so I'm going to take another swig of water. Should have hydrated before I caffeine. That was what I was supposed to do. I don't know if you guys are looking at my screen, but I have a... Well, I don't think you can see this. No, you can't, because my stuff got moved around. But behind the chat window, I have a sub view that helps me zoom in and out on my phone. Move it around without using the scroll bar. And I think that's very helpful, especially since I saw another artist, his name is Lamb. I saw him use it when I saw him demo at a con a few years back. And he came straight from Japan to draw something for us because he was promoting a new game. The game was called Tokyo Chronos. It's I believe it was a, what's it called? What's it called? Not augmented reality. Why am I going a blank on the word? Oh shoot. Virtual reality. That's what I'm... Wow. I am tired. It's a virtual reality video game on Steam. It's only in VR upon release. I don't know if it got changed ever since, but he drew one of the characters and he implied that it was his favorite character. The pink-haired one. I forgot her name. But yeah, I couldn't help but notice he was also using Clip Studio Paint, but using the sub view to move around. It's called, I'm sorry, not the sub view, it's called the navigator. He was using it to move around instead of just relying on the scroll bar, because it's much more intuitive to do that. I blanked out on VR because I don't hear much news about it or pay attention to it. Although I know that the meta one is the worst one, apparently. you like to mess with VR stuff, but you need a headset for it. You want to see Sarah play VR, but the VR world is weird. It is weird and gross. I don't think I want to do that. Just playing VR chat with PC by itself feels black. Also, people are just weird, you know, because it's the internet. It's still the internet. People are just weird. Not to mention VR is, I think it's still kind of expensive and not worth the cash. Still not sure if there's any more improvements in that regard. Gigi's done. Oh wait, I forgot her. Oh, what? Weird by you mean horny? Well, the thing is, I don't mind that. It's just, you know, the forwardness of it all. And just interacting with people who are that liberal. Also, you know, it's mostly trolling, right? Like, those type of VR chats are mostly trolling. Because they just want to get under your skin. But you have to keep a cool head in those situations. I think I'm done, folks. I finished the GG-chan. Fortunately, I recently learned she got power crept by an altar. Fantastic. Imagine it shouldn't be difficult to avoid that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm not gonna be like a bad faith Betty and be like, oh, all people are like that in VR chat. But you know, there are a handful that are like that, and that's gonna ruin your day. And I'm not gonna let it get under my skin. But also, the idea of VR chat on my face isn't exactly appealing. You know, because I'm already used to my glasses. My glasses weigh like basically nothing. And now I'm gonna put essentially a glorified monitor on my face. And that heats up, and that eventually, like, it can turn your face red, it can make you sweaty, it can ruin your eyes, and as an artist, my eyes are the most valuable aspect of my body outside of my hand and my brain. I'd rather not ruin my eyes for something that's too expensive, bulky, and probably not worth the trouble. Particularly, yeah, if I stick to private chats, it should be fine. I've actually seen a guy. Who was he? One of the administrators of Twitch hold a chat in a VR room, and it was an interesting sight. Like, the topic at hand was serious, but he looked like Gandalf the Grey. He was surrounded by anime girls, and they were just sitting there. They were being polite. Everyone was polite, actually, letting each other talk, because it was basically an interview setting, but it was inside a bar, so you see people passing to and fro, and their avatars. I think the most unsettling part is the way that the avatars just glitch through the furniture, and essentially through each other, and how their avatars themselves can break as it's being used. That's the more unsettling part, not really so much the people in the room. Because that kind of like throws off the fantasy, you know? If you're going to go to public chat rooms, be prepared for anything. From $20 the guy saying that they want to eat you out or something like that. Yeah. When it comes to those type of scenarios, let's face it, at the end of the day, you can't control people, so it's just best to remove yourself from the situation as quickly as possible. And I'd just rather not engage in that type of behavior if I don't have to. That being said, I've reached the end of the stream. I think Angie turned out... Angie? Whoa, no. That's a different character. Gigi turned out very well. Of course, my eyes are not as big as how Nami draws her characters, but I think I still nailed the expression at the very least, and the hair and some aspect of her clothing. Average stuff in VR chat, yeah. Average VR chat user. Eventually that kind of stuff, that kind of thing, regardless of how ridiculous it is, just becomes background noise eventually. Yeah, true. Like, if the more you are in that situation, the more you're in VR chat, the more it becomes mundane to you. And if you were like me, as an outside viewer, you would see how people behave and how the world is, and they're like, oh, it's like that. So, in a sense, VR chat, even on first impressions, can become boring in that sense. Because, you know, people are just going to be mundane during an interview. Even if you do look like a cat girl or Gandalf the Grey or a very tiny anime dwarf. I don't know. Even if those are outlandish avatars, if people are gonna treat it as if it's nothing, then it's gonna be as such. Oh, it also reminds me of that anime. That was the exact same way. It was years ago, I don't remember the name. But they also had their own VR chat. The main girl had a fairy outfit, and the main character had a pig avatar, so it's gonna be like that. It's like raising a fuss over someone's profile pic in Discord. Yeah, like, you can't control that. Like, whatever. If you see like a cat girl with big boobs and, like, I don't know, jean shorts that could be your underwear, I'm just gonna be like, but she shouldn't be surprised, or she should not be surprised about the attention that she attracts. So it's all about that aspect. Okay, so I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow. I want you guys to stay safe and take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another holiday Arknights operator. Until then, bye-bye.